doing Guys and Dolls at Foothills Performing Arts.
Yes, we did.
Which was 90, I think we just said
think
it
it
was
was
96. I think it's 95 actually.
In the 90s.
She played Adelaide, and I was like waiter number 4. I learned so much watching you. And see, Kathy when did you do The Fugitive?
Oh gosh, I had done it. I think just before that, or yes, right before that, because I had just come back and from New York. I'd been in New York and came home, did The Fugitive, and then went right into Guys and Dolls.
And I had, I made a point. I made a point to rent that because they were like, "You're gonna be like Kathy's Dolly." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I watched it and I thought, "Okay, that's going to be my end. That's how I'm going to
get to know
start
me.
to talk to you." And now looking back and going,
"Oh, I know, that's so hysterical."
99, you directed me in Secret Garden, and that was the first time I had a role that had solos.
Right.
So you boosted.
And you were marvelous. You were. You didn't believe in yourself enough.
So much fun.
You did. You and Amy Bean together. that was the thing. It was such a good mix of everybody. But the two of you just bonded, and your confidence went through the roof. And I was so proud of you.
You told me, "Hey, the Green Room is doing Sweeney Todd. You need to come and audition." I was like, no.
No, he was so, you were absolutely not going to have anything to do with it. You would not believe
because you convinced me to drive down here and audition.
I have to tell you, because I was ready to come and pick you up and bring
terrified.
you, but you came, you finally did.
I came down here and I sang Joanna.
Yes, you did.
And John Coffey was directing. And he said, "It's great. I want you to come back tomorrow night and sing Toby's song, Not While I'm Around." And I don't think I slept. I think I've sang that song, I know, 80 times.
Of course
I came back and sang it, and I thought, what? I'll be glad to be in the ensemble. Because truly, I know. But he called me and offered me the role of Toby, and I'm like, okay. And then...
Well, he called me first. You don't know that.
No.
He called me first, and he was telling me, the casting decisions, and he was talking about me and Sweeney, and he said, "So let me tell you what I've decided about Tobias." And I was going, he said, "I'm going to use David Townsend." I went, yes, because I was so hoping that. And
I thought it was...
and he swore me to secrecy. I couldn't call you until after he talked to you.
I turned 24 during Sweeney Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
I'm not telling you how old I turned.
No. I think you were,
I'm just a few years older than you.
I think you were maybe 29.
Probably. I don't remember it.
I had so much fun.
Yes.
And that was truly, I get emotional, but that is when I met the most amazing theater family. And that is the show that I met David Brown, who has been my partner for going on 18 years. I had the opportunity to direct Sweeney Todd, and I never thought I would have that. I always wanted to audition again, and this is the one show I've always said, you know what? I would be in the ensemble of that show and be just happy as a clam, because I think the ensemble of Sweeney Todd is one of the hardest working, most complete and complicated ensembles of any musical.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because they're the true Greek chorus.
They are as much of a leading role as anybody else in the show.
I told them at auditions, I said, I think the ensemble has, with the exception of Sweeney and Lovett, they have the most stage time.
They do.
Of anybody else, because they're telling the story,
And this ensemble is amazing.
I told them from the very beginning, you're workhorses. You're constantly working. Do you think Kathy's gonna audition? And I'm like, I don't know. I've kind of held off hoping. I hope she does. I think that'd be really cool. I said, but it'd be really weird. I was like, I I would be directing my Mrs. Lovett.
Yeah.
And there's this connection that is there not just through our friendship and our history with each other, but with Toby and Mrs. Lovett. And as soon as Corey auditioned, I was like, got it. And it has been absolutely bonkers cool. And
It is, and same thing. See, here you are again, directing.
Yeah.
No, but I mean that's why when I found out who was directing, I thought, it's my love. It's David. It's me, love. Everything will be fine because I knew the show inside and out. You know everything there is to know about Sweeney Todd more than most people. Seriously,
I'm obsessed with it.
Well, no, it's just you've done a great deal of research into it, and so I knew, and plus I know what you've directed, between that time and this, and I knew that your skills were, you got your chops going on, and I thought this will be fun.
Well,
if it turns out it'll be fun, and it did, and I'm thrilled.
I find myself pinching myself a lot.
You want me to pinch you?
Get it right there. No,
Let me say, love.
Because it's been so much fun. It's been hard work. But to see, and what I was so nervous about with you going in, because we're setting Sweeney a little differently. We're doing it very much like story theater. Everyone is pretty much on the same level, and everybody comes in and changes characters and tells the story. I thought, how much of Mrs. Lovett will be retained with your muscle? Because a lot of times with actors, there's a way we find to play a role, and if we have the chance to play that role again, muscle memory will come back forth, and you just fall into that routine. And David asked me one night, he said, so is she the same Mrs. Lovett? I said, no. I was like, it's so weird.
I know it is.
There are things that I can remember, just vocal patter, I think. But that's it. You are so open to different interpretations. And we had that discussion of how you played Mrs. Lovett the first time. Right. And then how you played it when we did it. And given those two things, I'm thinking this one is kind of vastly different because
it's so much fun to be able to find I'm finding different levels of Mrs. Lovett that I have never really hit on before.
Me either. I know.
And it's exciting. I think my age too, the fact that I am. I'm just a little bit older. That's what just a wee bit. But it helps in finding new layers.
It's been a true kind of ride to watch people come together, sing some of the most amazing and most difficult music ever written.
Ever.
I think we've all
as Bill Morgan
shaken
said
our fists.
Bill looked at him and he goes, well, yes, it's Sondheim. Why say something when you can sing it?
Exactly. And sing it.
Oh, there it is in a nutshell.
And sing it with like 80 words and 2 measures.
And changing keys 500 times within 2 measures.
But I will say we have had expert guidance and leadership with Amanda Pauley. She is amazing.
She is. She is.
I think it's kismet. I think it's one of those theater magic things. Sweeney, I find myself now where it was very clear cut in my head when I was 16 and just watching Sweeney. Oh, he's evil.
Right.
But now what I love about Sweeney, as well into my 40s, I thought there's all this gray area that's where Sweeney lives. This whole story is, it makes you ask questions of who is right, who is wrong, who's the bad guy, who's the villain of the story. Because when you look at it, you think, well, that could be any number of people, and good. What I want our production to do is to make people think on their way home or when they're getting ready for bed, I want them to ask one question: what would I do if I was in Mrs. Lovett's place or Sweeney's place or Joanna's place or Anthony? What would I do? So that's our history in a nutshell.
Righty, here it is. This is from however many years ago that was.
18.
And David's name is on the back as Toby.